up here at Sasquatch Valley. It's October 19th, 2020. It's the COVID year, and just wanted to get out here and pick up my game cam. It's out here, down over here on the side. Let's go look at that area, but I just wanted to show you, usually when I come out here, there's no water in this area at all, and so it's been raining quite a bit. As you can see today, we got quite a bit of cloud coverage all over the area. Let's zoom in. This camera's great for zooming, but look at that shot down there. You know, that's a good valley. Hey guys, it's Craig with the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch Research Group. Thanks for joining me on another episode. I've been doing some video vlogging and just wanted to update you what's going on. It's October 19th, 2020. I'm back out here at Sasquatch Valley. I'm going to go pick up my SD card and go through all the photos and then give you guys an update on that. But I just wanted to come back out here and fly my drone. The last time I had my drone, I had a small accident. The audio avoidance system was on, and the drone, I took it up really high, but I was standing under a canopy of trees. This giant tree, it's probably anywhere from 300 to 500 years old. It's hard to say, but it's a ginormous tree. I'm going to take some photos of it, and then I actually got footage of the drone stuck in the tree. The obstacle avoidance system was on, so the drone went up. I was under the canopy, and then it lost signal. So what happened is it returned to home. It wanted to return to home, so it started going straight down, and that's where I was. I was under this giant tree, and the drone had its sensors on, so it didn't go down very far. It came to a big branch and then kind of hovered a little bit, tried to go forward and sideways, and it wouldn't go anywhere. Actually, it didn't even back up. It just stayed in one spot until the battery drained, and then it tumbled through the canopy and hit the silt floor. And luckily it didn't crash into these big giant boulders. I'm going to show you guys pictures of these giant boulders that the drone actually missed. But we're back out here doing some more research. I'm going to fly the drone down this way and then back over to here and kind of scan this area around here. But it's a good way to do a really fast check, and you can use the drone to do that, so that's pretty cool. And then it's actually kind of a test day for it. So also wanted to talk about my channel. I want to thank everybody for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are following me, and that's really cool. I want to get the Sasquatch money shot for you guys. I got my high-def cameras. I got my 4K with me and my high-def Sony AVC HD. It's a handy cam, 9.2 megapixels. And this 9.2 megapixels Sony HD cam is just amazing. And I really like how far it can shoot. Let me show you how far the zoom capability of this. And we'll just zoom all the way down into that area, right down in there. And this camera is just so cool. I'll give you that shot right now. Look how far that is. We're still going in. Shoot the area. But the last time I was here, took the drone out, and it actually got stuck by this big tree. So let's go look at that tree. I wanted to show you how old this tree is. It's beautiful out here today. Usually you can cross right over here in this area and go across over to that log right there, and then on that whole side right there is a bunch of moss, and that's where a bunch of footprints, unidentified footprints, have been seen. You know, I've saw some really ginormous footprints over there. So let's take a look over here where this tree is. So here's the tree right here, and there's some big trees over here, but I just want to show you how big it is. Let me stand next to it. So here's this giant tree right here, and the drone got stuck way up there at the top, and it was way up above these branches right here. And what happened is I was standing right here in this area, and I was standing in this area right here, and this is where I sent the drone out, and then I took the drone and went that way. So it actually lost GPS signal and panicked, and then the obstacle avoidance system hit the return to home, so it started coming straight down, and it came down straight through these. It tried to go straight through that canopy, but it stopped and then went back up and then moved in and out and got stuck there. And then the battery drained, and then the drone came tumbling down, and it missed these 3 ginormous rocks right here. There was no water here, thank God. And when that thing hit down, it hit in between that big rock and that small rock, right down there in all this clay silt. And as you can see, it's right there, really soft. I got super lucky. And so the drone is back up, and I repaired it. It's back up and flying. And so I'm going to send it out here today, and we'll get some shots. I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is in this Sasquatch area. We're just going to walk around, look at these beautiful trees, and they are big. This whole area's got ginormous trees in it. Some really beautiful mushrooms. And look at the colors of the trees, are just popping right now. The maples are turning color. This redwood cedar. this other side. Look at these mushrooms. I'm looking for Brents too. And something's been peeling the bark off this tree. You can pull this off and get grubs. But that's what Sasquatch has been seen doing, pulling off bark off these trees and then eating the grubs down in, you can find some grubs. There's a grub, Bears do it too. I'm still looking for footprints. You never know. It just got done raining a few days ago, and last night, pretty hard. We had some downpours, so we should have some fresh tracks, if there are tracks in this area. A lot of shrooms. Just a big campground. Could probably easily get 15 people here comfortably. Let's go back by the tree. They got wood, fire pit. There's a couple other fire pits all around. But look at these ginormous trees. Here's the big giant. This is the biggest tree here. Do a comparison. So here's the giant. And some sisters and brothers. But okay guys, here we go. We're heading out to the game cam and we're gonna switch the SD cards out, and I'll go through them and post them up on this video here. But we got a ways to walk, so let's get going. And you know, I'm doing a video blog about my channel, so if you guys want to ask any questions for me to do something or check out, let me know. Just send me something, you know, post on my page and let me know what you're thinking and what you guys want to see. So I kind of like to go ninja quiet for a while and then I'll talk again. But I do have some stuff I want to talk about for sure. But let me just go a little bit quiet, do some tracking. So I'm just cutting through the not so dense forest right now. This is off trail. A lot of tree foliage in this area. A lot of trees over snapped off. But I'm just being quiet because that way if I do hear something, hopefully you guys will hear it. Another tree pushed over or snapped off. Clean snap. But we need to go this way. We're trying to get right over to that edge of light right there. And that's where we're going. It's really quiet. Very unusual. No birds. I can hear the river though. Small plane. Yeah, airplane coming towards me. But it is hunting season right now, so I'm being extra careful. Trying to be. I try not to go out too often, but the game cam card has been out here for quite a while. It'd be fun to get through it, so here we go. But so, I was thinking the last time I was out here, there's a fire, so the fire is pushing the Sasquatches out of their normal area and into an area where they've probably never been before, especially if it's a big fire, and they're pushing them out of their home area in the steep canyons. I'm almost positive they would do that. Look at this log wedged between these two trees, these three. Good size one. And the plane must be up above the clouds. So the clouds are just rising right now. They're going up. It just stopped raining. It's been raining for the last couple days. Pretty hard. Some occasions incredibly hard. It'll be interesting to see if there's any prints over here in my area. But that looks pretty wedged in there. And I need to go down this way. Looks easier here than some of the other areas. Then I could cross this gully right here and up into that mossy bank area. So let's go this way. I don't want to hang out here too long in case some rocks come loose. There we go. Okay, I made it. And one of my favorite areas, to tell you the truth. You can always see deer prints and bear prints. I've seen bear prints out here, deer prints, elk, and cougar. Last time I was here, we saw cougar tracks. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just looking around for some prints, fresh ones. There we go. This is that silt, the silt I was talking about, right here. And let me show you my print. So there's mine. Almost 200 pounds, barely made a dent. So if we do see a print and it's deep, okay, there we go. Here's a print, deer print, right here, fresh. A couple days ago, maybe yesterday. It's a beautiful area. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to move the game cam over here into this open area. And it's just on the other side of this big, ginormous log. We're going to go down this way farther and try and cut left. But, you know, I like this area right here a little bit better. The other area's just got a whole bunch of trees in it, so it's pretty well. Here's another print. This is a small, tiny little, looks like a deer. It's funny. Oh, look at that. That is a ginormous poop. This is as big as my hand, but and it's got all kinds of, looks like fur. Let me get a stick. So what I want to do is look inside this scat right here and see what it's been eating, but it looks like it's fur. So, and it's big. This is as big as my foot, easily. Look at that pile of poop right here. Fairly old. Yeah, it's just all, looks like grass. Probably bear, most likely. Try and find some bones. Yeah, that's bear. There's a little bit. Something. Like a little bit of piece of bone there. Fairly old. Boy, that's a good size one though. So that's a fairly big bear. We did see bear prints over in this area. There's some more fresh deer prints. Yeah, I'm gonna move the camera over in this area. So I really wanna see what's going on over here. What kind of animal activity. You know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get deer and bear, but hopefully we'll get Sasquatch. You know, there's a lot of rocks in this area, so that would truly help. Let's just walk down here pretty far and see what we get. These rocks are so cool. Another deer print. It's an old one. Let's go over here near the silt. You know, the least traveled way as far as being easy is the best. As far as, yeah, look, there's all kinds of old prints in here. So while I'm doing this, I'm trying to be quiet. And the reason is because there's deer and bear moving around right now, or hunkering down because it is hunting season. So a lot of them hopefully are gone up into the higher mountain areas. But you never know. I mean, if there's food down here, they're going to go to the areas where there's a lot of food. And, you know, definitely this area's got a lot of food for them. Berries, salmon, a lot of grass. But so far nothing really fresh today. Hard to see. It did rain hard last night, so if we see anything, you know, distinctive. Let's go over here. See where this is going. Wow, looks like I found a fort of some sort. Hard to tell what it is. I'm gonna go look at it. Wow. Maybe it's just a giant tree falling over. Like a root ball. Most likely. Just a giant tree from the big flood. When that happens, you know, these ginormous trees. Yeah, just a bunch of tree balls. But that's good ground cover, you know, for hiding and hunting like a blind. Sasquatches work in teams and use blinds as a resource for hunting, catching deer and whatnot. Alright, so let's go try to get the SD card. Get out of here. It's awful quiet. Really quiet. Like unusually quiet. The good news is I haven't heard any gunshots yet. So if you're a Sasquatch researcher, those are things to be aware of when you're out hunting and moving around, you know, especially if you go way out like I do. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere in the North Cascades. A lot of deer, a lot of bear, a lot of cougars, a lot of fish, berries. It's just a really good area, you know. Look, can you imagine hiding right in here? Pounce out, grab a deer, snap its leg and neck, and you got food. Well, hunters like to hide in these areas, you know. So it's important to be aware where you're at. So I gotta go this way. I'm gonna go back up this way a little farther and try to get closer to the edge where I was. And then cut over into the area where my game cam is. I think it's just right over here. Should be. That's the other thing. You gotta put these game cams in areas where you don't think somebody's gonna be, you know, so they take it and they get a free game cam. Alright, I think that's the trail right there we're gonna use. So I gotta go this way. Let's go barrel whacking through the bushes. And I think I'm gonna go around, find a little bit more a little bit more open area. Because I think we came out this way over here last time. Yeah, that area was better. Okay, that's the way I want to go, right there. So just on the other side of this tree is an opening, a slight one. Doesn't look like it, but it is. I want to get over here and go through right here. Something's been coming through here. Well, it kind of looks like it. Like something stepped right there. Something big. So the game cam is still here. That's good news. So I'm just going to look around for prints. Yeah, something stepped right there. That's a fresh track right there. And there. So something's been back here. Most likely deer. Alright, so I'm gonna get the game cam, and I was thinking about moving, but I'm not sure now. Might just leave it here. Wasn't too hard of a spot to get to. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna re-up the apples and then switch out the card. So let me go get that. You can watch me do that. Might move it down some too. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna reposition the camera for some other shots. I'm gonna go put some apples on the tree. Just wanted to sharpen up the branches a little bit. Got this machete. This is Brent's machete. He loaned it to me. So I gotta make sure I get it back to him. Gotta be careful doing this stuff. Okay, so the game cam is set, the apples are set. You got to be really careful when you're doing this, especially when it's wet out. I took 2 falls already. The log right over here broke when I was trying to go up to get up to change the SD card. And you can see what happened. I don't know if I got it on film or not, but I stepped on this giant log right here and the whole thing crushed down. And I took a small tumble. Luckily, these branches saved me from really getting hurt. But I had to go up that and get all the way up into there. And the game cam is up on that tree right there. Can't really see it, but it's right there. And there's the apple tree right here. So we're gifting right here, and hopefully this is a giant log that goes that way, covers that way, and then way down there on the end there's another one, and then there's one right over in here. So the only way to get in here is to either go over those or come through the woods right here on the backside, and that's what we did. So I'm heading out that way. I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll come back and pick it up hopefully later in the couple more weeks, 3 or 4 more weeks, I'm not sure. But here we go, and I'll give the game cam a thumbs up. Thumbs up. See you next time. And we'll see if we get a Sasquatch. So now we're heading back to the truck, and I want to get out of here and fly the drone before it pours rain. And it looks like something's definitely been coming in here. All these trees pushed down. You know, looks like a good area for a cougar to hang out under those rocks, make a den. Bears too. Big piles. But we'll just go this way. Looks like somebody else has been coming this way. That's a raspberry vine. Those things are really good ankle trippers. But this is where we came in. This is where we're going out. And then we'll go back this way and head out. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go back up. I didn't really look this way too much, so let's go scout the ground for some tracks. Yeah, there's some deer track. That looks like a bear track right here. And some toes. Good sized bear. Maybe it's the one that left the big pile of poop over here. So those were some Honeycrisp apples and a pear. 2 Honeycrisp and a pear. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we'll get something. So I'm gonna step down for you. There's a human footprint. So we'll just go right up here. We're just gonna go right up into that area. Look around on some of the dirt. It gets a lot softer up here in this mossy area. Seen a lot of deer prints. So I want to get back to the car. Maybe there's hunters here now, because that road gets fairly busy in the hunting season, I'm sure. Let's go this way. Yeah, there's a bear print. There's another big bear print right here. There's a bear. There's another print. So back leg, front leg. Another one. Yeah, it went this way. Some more. Another one here and here. So yeah. Wow. Well, that's a pretty cool looking print. Old, but looks like a double bear print. Let's go over here and look and see if we see any footprints. Bear footprints. Not bear and bear, but like human footprints outdoors without being, you know, with no shoes in the middle of fall and winter. Definitely would be suspicious. Well, I could show you where the river meets together. That'd be kind of fun, probably. Let's go over there. So, in the winter time and fall, these two side rivers meet the main river, and that's just right over here. So let's just walk over there. Maybe we'll see some fresh prints in the soot. Here's the soot. So if this river floods, this area right here is going to get a whole bunch of water. Looks like it already did that. You know, when it rains real hard, imagine the river just gets super high. Yeah, so far just me. Oh yeah, wow, she's a raging. We'll go right over here. I'll hike over here with the drone sometime and fly it right here. This would be cool. Another one of the big trees. So check this out. This is where the river meets together. If you fall in right here, you're a done, better be a good swimmer. It's pretty strong. You'll end up way down there. Hopefully you don't get caught up in all those, you know, look at all those giant trees down right over in that area right there in the flood. Looks like it's peeling off that way a little bit too. So it splits over there too. So it's going that way over to the right and then shooting off over here to the left. Two different ways. So I just got to keep my eyes open for bear and cougar and deer right now. It's a dangerous time when hunting is going on. Hopefully everything is being spooked up already into the mountains up there. But I just kind of want to talk a little bit about that right now. So let's just talk a little bit about that. Look up there. You can see a lot of huckleberries and blueberries. And Sasquatch is up in that area right now, hanging out up there. And the deer are coming right to them, so, you know, they get up into that area right up along that ridge right up there. And, you know, their families are hanging out, you know, training how to hunt every day, how to get water, where all the hot spots are for food. Sasquatch 101, and then I'm sure they just do exploring after they get a, you know, a good amount of food, and then probably most likely trying to find other Sasquatches for like a community, you know, like a clan. And some of the good areas to be are along these, like look at this rock right here, you know, that would be a good place to hang out and build a little house with a view, you know, in a cave somewhere, or a big nest on a cliff, so you can only get down to it one or two ways to it, and then have an escape route one or two ways. You know, most likely 2 ways, 2 to 3 ways for an escape route, and then a really hard entry, you know. You just don't want to have a hiker stumble across that. I doubt one would be right there in that area. That's a really steep area, you know. So thinking about that, with the fires that were here up in that area, that was up right on the top of that ridge right here where the clouds are. Let's zoom into that area, but it's all sucked in with rain right now. So the fire was up in this area right here where I'm zooming into. And the Sasquatches and deers and animals all kind of escaped out of that area and came down to the rivers, went to some lakes, you know, got out of the fire zone real quick. Now that it's raining, all the fires are out. Okay, so we're gonna head back. It's warming up. It stopped sprinkling and raining. That's great. I want to get back and get the drone out, test it, since I haven't flown it. I fired it up, but it hasn't actually had a flight yet. So that's what I'm gonna do, is get back to the truck, do a flight test, and then possibly do a couple runs with it down the river, and then head on back to, well, that's a good print right there. I didn't make that one. Looks fairly fresh, a few days old, but let's get the leaves out of the way. It's hard to tell what it is, but you could say there's the heel, there's the mid-tarsal break, and then this would be the toe area. Kind of looks like a right foot. I'll put my foot next to it. So I'm pressing down, and that's my footprint, but that one is, whatever step there is fairly heavy. It looks like toes too. Hard to tell if you can see toes right here, but it sort of looks like that. Let's look for another big one. Yep. So there it is there. One step here. That's my step. I have to take it. And then another one I have to take. And then there's the next steps to right there for the heavy one. Pushed it down really far. There's another one. Like maybe it just stepped a little bit. Kind of looks like it went right here. Stepped into that area and went that way. Long time ago. Hard to say. Mysterious prints. They're all over this area. Another bear print right there. That's a big bear. So these down logs would be great areas for blinds. That's what I'm thinking. And you want to, use those to your advantage. Just pop out and dive tackle a deer, 3 or 4 Sasquatches, herding them, and then have a couple juvie, middle-aged kids hiding, and then the male and the female would chase it out into the open somewhere, and then the little ones would pounce it, but that would be a sight to see. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get the other drone set up in this area. There's some trees I see right now I think would be perfect for that, and just delimb a couple trees and then put the camera on them. Actually, I might do that right now, just delimb a tree and get it ready for the next time I'm here. I think I'll do that. And then I want to cross right over here anyways, in this open area. A lot of old human prints right over here. There's a deer print. A couple more. Some fresh ones. So I'm looking for a tree right now. Looks like a pretty good one right here. I found one. Okay, so I'm gonna head over here and get the tree ready, and then I'll be back. Okay, you guys, I got my tree delimbed, and it's right there. That one right there, and this is the view that it'll have. So it's going to be looking that way through the valley. Hopefully we'll get something. Okay, so I'm heading back. Gonna go through the dense forest again and looking for tracks. Here's some deer tracks right there. That's a deer track. Looking for some possible human prints too. Ancient hominid. Let's go down this way. And I'm taking the least resistance route through the forest most of the time. And then looking in silty areas and on moss or an old deer trail. If you look on deer trails, that means Sasquatches are looking on deer trails too. And I remember the last time I came here, I went over that log, but since it's wet out, and I've already spilled twice today already, I had 2 falls, I'm not gonna risk it. So we're gonna go this way. Go crashing through the woods, but gently. All right, look at the silty area. Let's take a quick peek. I don't see much. Here, this looks like a trail right here. Yeah, it looks like something stepped right there a long time ago. Okay, so here we are. We're back, and we were over there. Over in that area right over there with the game cam. Okay, let's go. We're heading back. I'm gonna find the easy, simple route. Try not to make any noise. Hopefully nobody's back at the base camp, because I came out here by myself. I don't really like doing that. Sometimes it's not the creatures that you have to worry about, it's other people. Especially this society we're in right now with COVID, and then there's a big, huge, well, we won't talk about that. Cut. Okay, I don't see any. Just gotta look around. So I always do a 360 look every 150 steps or so, or 50, depending on where you're at. Every few minutes. Should just be on alert 24/7, non-stop. Constantly looking around. Wild animals are hungry. Bears are eating right now because they're getting ready to hibernate. Hopefully they're up a little bit higher where all the huckleberries and blueberries are. Since the berry season is coming to an end, they'll be loading up on a lot of grass and any type of meat they can get from salmon fishing or catching a sick deer or an injured one, taking it from a cougar or something. You know, I'm sure a lot of that happens. Like a cougar or another animal will make a a kill, and then a bear will come along because they have super good sniffers and they can smell blood and scent really well, and they'll probably take the dead animal, most likely. And actually, look at this area. All these downed trees in here. They're everywhere. Just want to get out of here. You know, and the other thing is to look up. There's been cases of where Sasquatch have been hiding in trees and then jumping down out of them. But the type of tree, let me show you the type of tree they'll be in. They're not going to be in these cedar trees. Well, they probably could, or a maple, or an alder, but I think the redwood cedar, or something close to it, any type of big cedar tree with ginormous branches like that tree right there, or the one next to it, they got some good big giant branches down towards the bottom of the tree, and that would help. Okay, we are back. So we're gonna go back, check on my truck. I'm not really seeing anybody else here yet, so that's good news. Yeah, it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to this trail right over here, and we're going to go up into this mossy area. And the reason why I want to go up there is it's absolutely beautiful. And I think this might be a good time to check it out. But you can see the trail right there. So we'll go up this trail, walk around a little bit, and then come back, grab something to drink, get the drone out, fly it, and then head back to the city, Concrete City. So let's talk a little bit about Leonard Nimoy's show In Search Of. So he took a crew out here into the North Cascades back in the late 70s, early 80s. The TV show is called In Search Of. I posted a couple of links on the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch Research Group. So if you haven't seen the show, there's quite a few of them on there. And the way to do that is you take your cursor and click on the actual picture or the little caption title below it, and that'll take you to the YouTube page, and it'll just upload, and then you can watch it. It might, depending on your speed, it might take a little bit, but once it's downloaded, then you'll be able to watch it. And that's actually really remarkable interviews. They spent quite a bit of money coming out and going through their research project. So I'm just gonna kind of go ninja quiet for a little bit. The ground right here is like a marshmallow. It is so spongy. Very, very spongy. Let's do a zoom. Let's just go straight ahead as far as we can in between the trees. Oh, it's hard to hold it still, but I'll try. Absolutely amazing. So I'm way over here. That's where we're going to go and launch the drone now. But this is a really cool area. Actually, I think we're going to go down this other trail I spotted. Yeah, so let's just go walking off this way. Here's the trail. This is the trail I saw. Okay. Now we're heading. We're going back. Look how big these trees are. Ginormous. Really big. This is an old growth forest land area. There is no doubt about that. It's a really special place. Okay. So we made it back. Let's go say hi to the giant tree. So this one giant tree, I'm gonna say, is over 400 years old. It has to be. It is huge. Right up here. Look at that puppy. Wow. So what I'll do is I'll set the camera up and then I'll walk over next to it, but I'll give you a shot, perspective shot of the tree, how big it is. Let's get the camera set up. Okay, it's recording. Okay, so look how big this tree is. I'm gonna go stand by it. We got a lot of water coming down here, and it doesn't look like we'll be able to get over there anymore unless you want to go wading through the water, or go all the way up there. There's a log. I can see it from here. Actually, that's probably what I'll do next time. On a nice day, I'll go all the way up to that log, cross that log, and bring the drone and fly it over in there. But it's just easier to fly it from right here. I'll just go down, hang out down there by the creek, and take off and fly. So let's go do that. Let's test it. I got to test the drone. Here we go.